I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about the entire situation. Of course, after having, you all do know that I have other family, right? Other than the family that I gave birth to, I have other family from my mother's bloodline. Is there any possible way that you all could have done this without the setups? Are you smart enough to do it without setting people up? Because, see, all I do is sit here in expectation of the truth making itself known. The setups are not needed. Unless you're doing the wrong thing, then absolutely the setups are needed. And that's how I am able to tell the difference between the two. You guys are geniuses. Do you know that I know what you're going to do before you do it? Does that help to tell you how I file things in my mind? You all are looking at the physical of everything. It's deeper than the physical, is my point. And it goes far beyond the point of what anybody looks like, smells like, where they've been, who they've been sleeping with, whose penis is bigger, whose vagina is this, whose behind is bigger, whose face is prettier, whose hair is longer, who smells better than her or him, and all of the stuff that doesn't matter in the eyes of God. You know, like a so-called bum off of the street. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about any of that. He cares about what your heart is doing and how you're treating him. How are you treating your creator? How are you treating him? His expectations of you are far greater than mine could ever be. This phone that I have, this phone that I have right now that I'm talking to you all through, is a phone that I didn't purchase. But I did purchase it, but I didn't purchase it. I don't know why you guys want to play. I mean, with your own freedom. Because Jehovah makes sure that my head does not spin. And speaking of heads that don't spin, all of my blood work should fortify the fact of what everyone would like to tell people or suggest is not a problem for me, is a problem for me, because it's a problem for everybody else who is stalking me. So, of course, somehow, some way, you're going to manage to make it look that way. And because I know that, I have to play along with it in order to get away from you crazy people safely. It's a wicked world out there. And I'm sorry that you all just feel like you want to play around with people's livelihoods and feel that you have the right to do that. Sometimes I have to show people that you don't have a right to do that. And I don't make exceptions to the rule, especially when it is gross negligence on a human's part to feel, think, and believe that they have rights that they absolutely do not have. Not towards me, not towards anyone. So if a person is willing to do and be involved in the nonsense that has been targeted towards me, I could only imagine what you're doing to people who don't know you, who are not familiar with you, who are not dealing with this case in the way that I'm dealing with it. You all don't care about your lives. Too busy being friendly with everybody. By yourself, whatever you want to call it, you're too busy being friendly. So I'm going to tell you what a wise person told me today. You're never knowing who you're around at any time. And then they told me I was the one that told them that. So here, there, anywhere I go, just like at the other places where I have been, oh yeah, stuff from out here definitely followed me inside, for sure. And not in a positive way. Yeah, I'm going to need more verification as to who's really working with me and who's really against me. But let me tell you why. Because you guys are friendly. Everybody's so friendly, still giving shout outs, still having people working within that I would never. So, because I would never, I have to make exceptions to the rule for other people because I am attached to making sure people are safe. So I have to be there. Oh, and the whole look, you guys can cancel all of that other stuff out. If it's not for protection purposes that I'm being timed out or blocked, either way, I just want you to understand if I am timed out or blocked, I'm only going to look at it as protection. I'm not going to look at it any other way. So, since I look at it that way, and if I have the opportunity to explain my position before I am blocked or timed out, I will take the time to do that. And if I am timed out or blocked after that, because all of this is being coded, by the way, you can't block me, you can't block any, even if I'm typing and you've timed me out, it's still being coded in because it's in my system that it's been sent. So it's into the system. You all have to understand how the system works and how coding works within the system. I know that there's a lot of tech heads out there and people who have understandings of things in areas that I don't, but I make it my business to educate myself on things that people don't believe that I have an education about because I let them believe that. I let them think that. And my work is only used towards good. So whatever else you guys got going on, whatever plots that you guys have plotted, I've seen some very familiar things out here that are directly connected to me taking place, including words. People are cluing me in on both sides of the spectrum, so to speak. So on YouTube as well as off of YouTube, I am being coded in. And the codes that are being coded in and the phone calls that I'm receiving, because everybody is supposed to be able to hear everything that I'm saying, right? So there are no secrets. My phone calls aren't any secrets. My codings into the system, nothing is a secret. So what I'm trying to tell everybody is that you may as well just go ahead and the information that you have, understand that, again, you have my evidence. So anything that you present to me, I will say yes to. And then I will show you why it's yes. Do you understand? Because I don't have anything to hide. I appreciate the fact that there is evidence and footage of me and circumstances and situations because I went to those circumstances and those situations to prove my point about how you would have that in your care. Do you understand? That you would have possession of that. There's only one way that you could gain possession of that, and that's to have been doing something towards me that you had no business doing, which is proving my point about the stalking. So bring it.